Alright, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's worth. Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network. Alright, y'all see what we got going on here? As y'all see the thumbnail, y'all read the title under the thumbnail. Yeah, man, today's video is dealing with Quavo. How Quavo texts Offset to meet in 5thWard, and they press J.Prince Jr. He FaceTime Jas MobTies deleted TakeOff. Yeah, man, so check this out. Quavo's sister, whom is TakeOff mom, is really out here seeking justice pertaining to what happened with her son the night of October the 31st when TakeOff was invited to J.Prince's private B-Day function with his uncle Quavo in the 5thWard of Houston. Now, this is one of the reasons why Quavo and Offset had to pull up to J.Prince Jr. in the 5thWard, because Quavo's sister wants answers on why someone would want to shoot and delete TakeOff. With that, they can understand how did the disagreement between J.Prince Jr. and Quavo spill over that it resulted in TakeOff untimely demise. Remember, I informed you guys, or should I say the HPD stated themselves, that TakeOff family, actually his mom contacts them every day for updates pertaining to the case, such as who's in custody, new info, or are any witnesses stepping forth to point out what really happened and who did it. Now, we also informed you guys that Lil Cam, he said he didn't do it. Same thing with Migos Benz and DJ Pat. All three guys with blickies say they didn't do the shooting. But Quavo's sister really want to know, are they, whom is J.Prince Jr. and his brother, giving HPD copies of the guest list so they can contact everyone who attended the private B-Day event and to document their side of the stories and not just the alleged shooter's side of the story. Plus, on top of that, do they know if any MobTies affiliates who would take the rap for TakeOff being set up at J.Prince's private B-Day function? Now, I believe in time more info will come to light, because like I stated before, once the courts started throwing those football numbers out there, people gonna start chirping like birds. I know y'all heard how Gunna got out. Hey man, I'm here to say, dudes be acting tough until them court dates come. Then they go from being on demon time with that whole savage mentality to being all sanctimonious once they appear in court. Now I'm trying to tell y'all, man, the best actors are not in Hollywood. They in the streets acting tough, playing gangster every day with no pay. And this the reason why when the situation between J.Prince Jr. and Quavo got too heated, it was time for everybody to say their goodbyes, because you have better things to do in the morning. But understand what I'm saying. Everybody was playing tough at that dice game until them court dates came. Now look it, everybody pointing their fingers at one another because no one is saying anything about what really happened, because nobody's saying anything, right? Come on, man, that's all cap. Man, I told y'all the pops, J.Prince, he want his sons and Shakur Stevenson to expose everything that happened at Jazz private B-Day function. Even if they gotta tell on their homeboys, man. Anything to get J.Prince out of the clear, because like I told y'all before, man, I don't think the sons understand the magnitude of the situations that they get themselves involved in is bringing down their pops. You understand? And again, dealing with the history of J.Prince and them alphabet boys, this ain't something he want to run into, man. So like I said, this the reason why he want his sons and Shakur Stevenson to expose everything that went on at the dice game function. And that's everything as far as what did they really see. Did they see Lil Cam, DJ Pat, or Migos Benz up a blicky or not? But whatever it is, J.Prince, he wants this to be over because he now understands the actions of his sons is making him look bad, especially when the pops got to keep coming up with different narratives and storylines to hide the fact that his son, J.Prince Jr. MobTies affiliates, is tied in TakeOff and Duke the Jeweler untimely demise. As always, let's pay our respects and say rest in peace to TakeOff, condolences to his family, and much love to all my folks in the ATL. Quavo, Offset, Lingo, y'all stay focused and keep y'all heads up out there, my guys. Trust me, TakeOff, he will get justice. Same thing with Duke the Jeweler family. Rest in peace to Duke the Jeweler, condolences to his family, and much love to all my folks in Chicago. See, even with Duke family, they haven't made no major arrests. Matter of fact, the only arrest they had was the day after Duke was set up. So dealing with that, Duke family want to know what's going on with the whole case. They want answers as well, because somebody like Duke the Jeweler, he shouldn't have been set up hanging around J.Prince Jr. and his MobTies affiliates as well. So again, man, it's messed up because you had two highly successful black men taken out by suburban MobTies camp. Come on, man, what type of mess, what's really going on out here? Now, no one is saying to not shoot dice or throw private events. You're gonna do that anyway, but you gotta understand you have to be more mindful of the guests and security, because we gotta be real here. TakeOff and Quavo, they could be your homeboys, but others don't see them like that. But J.Prince Jr., he should have had better security. These are not average guys being invited to a private party in a public place. TakeOff and Quavo, they're superstars to the outside world. Like I'm saying with J.Prince Jr., to him and his brother Jas, they just may be their homeboys. somebody they can call at any given time. But like I'm saying, the rest of the world don't see him that way. So when they see TakeOff and Quavo out, first they should have better security around them so that any and everybody just can't approach them like that. You understand? So that's why I say, hey, you could throw all your dice game functions and your private parties, but you got to understand the people that you invite. You understand? And the type of crowd that comes with that. And the crowd that comes with that, everybody in that crowd don't love you the same. Everybody in that crowd does not have your best interests at heart. You have some people in that crowd, hey, they want to up a blicky on you. Somebody in that crowd, hey, they willing to rob you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, if you throw a private event, you need to have better security around the people who have the most eyes glued on them. So example, let's say you have a homeboy losing his money. He gets into a heated argument with other folks at the private event. Based on that, you can have the security escort him and whoever friends he came with to the nearest exit. If not, shut the whole party down, which would make everybody have no choice but to go home. Yeah, folks right. TakeOff mom, whom is Quavo's sister. Yeah, man, she calling up to HPD every day, man, because she's very concerned on what really happened. Y'all got to understand how she feel, man, and the rest of the family. I told y'all before, man, TakeOff brother Lingo, he ready for the action because he knows his brother TakeOff, he didn't get into no type of goofy activity for somebody to want to up a blicky on him. So at the same time, that's the reason why TakeOff mom, hey man, and you can't forget about Duke family. So you got people from both sides who trying to understand what happened with their sons, what happened with their family member being invited to a private event. They pops got money, you know what I'm saying? Basically, they was comfortable with their family member being invited out by somebody like J.Prince Jr. because of his pops, you understand? A lot of people felt secure being around J.Prince, you understand? Because nothing of this magnitude has ever happened being around the pops J.Prince. Now, dealing with the sons, it's a whole different vibe. The people was thinking that the sons would have the same mentality as the pops, meaning that if the pops is not getting involved in no type of street activity, then why is the sons doing that when they was born and raised in the suburbs? Now, what type of fake street credibility are you trying to earn up to that's ending up in TakeOff and Duke the Jeweler untimely demise? Now, the people can understand if it was some regular street cats hanging around you that got set up. That's something different. But again, Duke the Jeweler and TakeOff, they worked their way up out the mud, man, to become very successful. So to be taken out like this, man, is uncalled for. So that's why the folks in Houston, ATL, and Chicago, man, they pressing an issue on J.Prince Jr. and his MobTies affiliates. And with that, at the same time, they want the pops, J.Prince, to really understand what his sons is getting themselves involved in. Because right here, this deep, man. And with that, the people want to know, why did you walk past TakeOff like that, man? If you invited folks out, there was no reason for you to walk past him laying on the floor like that, man. Come on, that don't even make sense. And on top of that, you weren't supposed to been walking past him anyway. You supposed to stay there until them people got there so they can take your report on what happened and what did you really see. And with that, the folks, they got to stop putting this on Shakir Stevenson. I heard some people saying, hey, but Shakir Stevenson, he was there, he was standing next to TakeOff, all this and that. No one seen folks up a blicky though, man. Nobody seen Shakir Stevenson acting out of order. That was between Migos Benz, DJ Pat, and Lil Cam. And at the same time, it's a lot of people saying it's really between DJ Pat and Migos Benz. They said they was the two that came with the quickness once Quavo and J.Prince Jr. had they heated discussion. That's the reason why people, they got to be aware of the areas they go to and the people they surrounded by. What I'm saying is we as a people have to do better by one another when it comes to protection, survival, and the human decency to not walk over a person that you invited out to your brother's event who you see laying there. Man, that's just plain immoral and disrespectful. But like I told y'all before, man, dealing with the people that's already in custody, and once HPD get a hold of J.Prince Jr. guest list, more people will talk, more people will have information that comes forth. You understand? But until then, we got more in store. But as always, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's worth. Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network.